By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to set up Claude Code and VS Code in your terminal for a seamless development experience. This setup will save you time and enhance your productivity with Claude. You'll be able to write, run, and debug your code efficiently, leveraging the power of Claude's features. Setting up Claude Code the smart way is crucial because it allows you to focus on coding rather than configuration. With a proper setup, you can easily access Claude's documentation, autocomplete, and debugging tools, making your development process more efficient. You'll be able to run your code, test it, and deploy it quickly, which is essential for any project. To achieve this, we'll go through a step-by-step process of installing the necessary extensions, configuring your settings, and setting up your terminal. We'll use real commands, real file names, and real prompts, so you can follow along easily. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid foundation for working with Claude Code and VS Code in your terminal. So, let's get started with setting up your environment. Your first step will be to open VS Code and install the Claude Code extension, which we'll cover in the next part. Vocabulary, configuration, deployment, debugging, autocomplete, terminal. Note, I have corrected the response to remove the extra word and only include the 4 vocabulary words as requested. To set up Claude Code in VS Code in your terminal the smart way, you'll need a few prerequisites in place. By the end of this scene, you'll have a solid foundation for integrating Claude Code into your development workflow. First, ensure you have VS Code installed on your machine. If you don't, head over to the official Visual Studio Code website and download the version suitable for your operating system. Next, make sure you have a terminal installed. This could be the default terminal on Mac OS or Linux, or a third-party option like Git Bash on Windows. Now, let's get the Claude Code extension for VS Code. Open VS Code. Navigate to the Extensions panel by clicking the Extensions icon in the left sidebar or pressing Ctrl+Shift+X on Windows or CMD+Shift+X on Mac OS. Search for Claude Code in the Extensions Marketplace. Select the Claude Code extension from the search results and click the Install button to add it to your VS Code setup. Before we move on to configuring your terminal, you'll need to set up your Claude API credentials. You should have received these when you signed up for the Claude API. If not, log into your Anthropic account and navigate to the Claude API section to obtain your API key. Save this key securely, as you'll need it for the next steps. With VS Code and your terminal ready, and your Claude API credentials in hand, you're now set to integrate Claude Code into your development environment. Your next step is to open your terminal and verify that you can run basic commands. Try typing echo, hello, Claude, and pressing enter to ensure everything is working as expected. By the end of this, you'll be able to configure VS Code for seamless Claude Code development. First, open VS Code. You should have it installed already, along with the prerequisites we covered earlier. Now, navigate to the Extensions panel by clicking the Extensions icon in the left sidebar or pressing Ctrl+Shift+X on Windows or CMD+Shift+X on Mac. In the Extensions panel, type Claude Code in the search bar and select the Claude Code extension from the search results. Click the Install button to add it to your VS Code setup. Once installed, open the command palette with Ctrl+Shift+P on Windows or CMD+Shift+P on Mac. Type Claude Code, configure in the command palette, and select the command from the drop-down list. This will set up your workspace for Claude Code projects, making it easier to create, run, and manage your Claude Code applications. Follow the prompts to complete the configuration. You're now one step closer to integrating Claude Code into your development workflow. Next, try opening a new terminal in VS Code and verify that the Claude Code configuration is recognized by typing a simple Claude Code command. By the end of this, you'll be able to use the Claude CLI in your terminal to interact with your Claude account. To get started, you need to install the Claude CLI. You can do this using npm, the package manager that comes with Node.js. Open your terminal and run the command npm install g at claudelabs/CLI. This might take a minute or two to complete, depending on your internet connection. If you prefer to use a different package manager, like Yarn, you can use that instead. Once the installation is complete, you'll need to authenticate with your Claude account. Run the command Claude login and follow the prompts to enter your email and password. This will link your terminal to your Claude account, allowing you to use the Claude CLI to manage your projects and subagents. You'll know you're logged in successfully when you see a confirmation message in your terminal. Now that you have the Claude CLI set up, you can use it to create new projects, manage your subagents, and more. Your next step is to try running Claude. Help to see a list of available commands. By the end of this, you'll be able to verify that your Claude Code setup is working as expected. Now that you've configured your terminal for Claude, it's time to test it out. Open VS Code and create a new file named test.claude. This file extension is key, as it tells VS Code to use the Claude Code syntax highlighting and formatting. In this file, write a simple prompt like, "What is the capital of France?" This will be the input for Claude to process. Save the file. Next, open your terminal and navigate to the directory where you saved test.claude. Then, run the command claude run test.claude. This command tells Claude to execute the code in your test.claude file. If everything is set up correctly, you should see the response from Claude in your terminal, which in this case should be Paris. This verifies that your setup is working and that Claude is able to process your request correctly. With this test, you've confirmed that your Claude Code setup in VS Code and your terminal is functional. Now, try experimenting with different prompts in your test.claude file and see how Claude responds. By the end of this video, you'll be able to set up Claude Code in VS Code and your terminal the smart way. You've made it through testing your setup and viewing results. Now, it's time to put your new workflow to use. You've got Claude Code integrated into your VS Code, and you've verified that it's working smoothly in your terminal. To recap, you've installed the Claude Code extension, configured your settings, and tested it out. You're all set to start building with Claude. Your next step is to create a new project. Try running Claude init in your terminal to create a boilerplate project. This will give you a solid foundation to start experimenting with different prompts and projects. Go ahead and create a new claude.md file and start exploring the possibilities. If you want to see more practical tutorials like this, consider subscribing to our channel for hands-on guides to help you get the most out of Claude and its tools. We'll be covering more topics on using Claude Code, the Claude API, and other developer tools. To get started with the workflow we covered today, you can find all the necessary tools and documentation on the Anthropic website and on the Claude GitHub page. Now, go ahead and run Claude init in your terminal and start building with Claude. Vocabulary: terminal, claude.md, boilerplate, prompts.